Every live event is filled with moments of excitement. LiveSource is a new game-changing app that allows you to create auctions instantly during these moments, as the crowd's excitement is at a fevered pitch.
Comes back with his second triple of the game.
Imagine, after spectacular moments, you could remove any item from the field of play and place it into a live auction in less than a minute while the game is still on. Imagine the fans in attendance bidding on and winning one-of-a-kind memorabilia and experiences from that event while the event is still going on. LiveSource handles the heavy lifting so that there are no limits on what can be sold or when it can be sold. Auctions can be created in less than 60 seconds, at which time the app immediately notifies fans to start bidding, determines the winning bidder, and arranges payment and delivery moments later. Excite your audience with highly shareable moments. Motivate more fans to attend your event, increase revenue. With LiveSource, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
All right, fans. Well, we're back. Make sure you check out LiveSource, livesourceapp.com. Great partner for the NAL. I noticed that Jacksonville just recently jumped on board with LiveSource, so make sure you check that out. Lots of great memorabilia and other stuff that the teams are going to be doing. So definitely want to thank them for their support. We're back at it. More players. This time had to go with someone from Central Florida, Predators. We got wide receiver Junior DeVeaux with us. How's it going, Junior?
It's going pretty well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to I want to hear your journey, and then I can't wait to talk about these videos I see you do, man. You are very creative, and I love it. I love it. And too, you seem to be out there in that community, and that's such an important thing. And I think, people in our positions within professional sports, we have a great way that we can, impact the community. And I just want to thank you for what you do in the community. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, man. I love making an impact on the younger generation.
So tell us, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? When did you start getting involved in sports?
Okay. So I grew up in Miami, Florida. Grew up in different areas, Chester, Liberty City, and also Broward County. Started playing sports. I actually wasn't a football player when I first started growing up. I was like into baseball and everything. Until like middle school. Yeah, I was the baseball star. But then, baseball.
So did you not play football? Like, when I was growing up, my mom wouldn't let me play until I hit middle school. And about 7 was my first year.
Yeah, she wouldn't let me play at first. I tried it, and then I didn't really like it at first. The contact, I wasn't used to it. And so I was like, all right, I'll stick out with baseball and basketball. But then middle school, I kind of fell in love with it more. And then baseball kind of got boring after a while. So it wasn't that much excitement anymore. So it was time for a change. Yeah.
What positions were you playing when you were a youth football player?
Cornerback and running back.
Okay. Like, at what point did you realize, man, okay, I might be able to keep playing?
My senior year in high school. That was when I was like, yeah, this might be something serious. So let me pursue and see what happens. I was starting to get a little bit of offers. I went to a JUCO when I really started growing into my own, because I was always a small guy. But then once I went to the JUCO, that's when things started taking off.
Where'd you end up going to JUCO at?
Atlanta Sports Academy in Atlanta. It was more of a prep. I went there for like a year and a half. And once I finished there, I signed with University of Cumberland in Kentucky.
Where's that at? In Kentucky, you said?
In Williamsburg, Kentucky.
Where's that at? that sounds like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it is the middle of nowhere. Right when you pass, you cut through Tennessee, you hit the Kentucky border, you're right there. That's it.
Right. After you pass everything, go another 30 minutes. And then stop there.
When they recruited me, they was like, I was like, what do y'all have around there? And they was like, you have a Walmart. Man, I don't know about this, but I chose it because I wanted to get away from it all. To be honest, I was kind of lost. I wanted to figure out who I was going to be in life and what I wanted to do. So I was like, man, let
less
family,
distractions.
let dictate what I'm doing. So I was like, let me go figure it out, see what it's all about. Venture out in life and explore. And coaches told me, on some things. They won the big conference championship a couple years back, like 4 years before I got there. And so we didn't win it the first year. We won it the second year. We went all the way to the national championship. Especially we didn't win it, but I mean, it was we did pretty well. I got one ring out of my college years.
Is that ring you're wearing from college?
Yeah.
Nice.
University of Cumberland.
Okay. When you were at JUCO and then up at Cumberland, were you always a wide receiver, or did you play other positions?
I was a wide receiver at JUCO, and then I was 60, 200, and so when I went to the Cumberlands and everything, they sold me, to be a slot receiver, and then I get there and they're like, no, we actually run triple option. So it was kind of it was a different story.
Oh man!
So I ended up being being halfback. So I was running. I was still doing slot a little bit, but I was more running the ball. I was running back, but I enjoyed it. I have no regret.
Yeah, not as many passes.
Not as many. I mean, it was pitches. We had some pitches, but I made the most of it. I knew if the ball was coming my way, I wouldn't drop it.
So when you were in college, did you have it in your head like, man, I want to play after college? Like,
yeah, I had it in my head. I wanted to play after college. We was having NFL scouts at our college because we had a couple big time guys at our school being recruited, and they were recruiting. They saw my size, and they would like keep tabs on me. Unfortunately, because of some errors in, some errors with the eligibility, and something happened, so I ran out of eligibility my last year, so couldn't get enough tape and everything. So I was like, all right, I gotta find a different route. So I started researching, different things. I was thinking about going to the CFL and stuff like that, and then I found out about arena football. Tried out for a team in Kentucky. I forgot the name of the team, but it was my first couple teams. That
Eastern Kentucky Drillers?
No, I think it was I don't even remember the name. Kentucky Knights or something like that.
Okay.
It folded. Them
Yeah.
them run by teams, man. So them first couple of years, that first year, it was tough because the teams kept folding. All right, I'm ready to come back. So I was like, you know what? Let me come back home. And I seen a couple of teams. I didn't think I knew about the AFL, and I knew I wasn't ready for that. I wanted to get some more, my foot in the door first. So I seen a couple of teams in I think it was the X League, something like that at the time. And so I saw the Tarpons and I saw the Jaguars, and my brother lived in Orlando. So I moved in with my brother for the first couple of months, got a job at a gas station in Pilot Travel Centers in Haines City. And so that's how I ended up in Haines City. And started coaching at Lake Region High School. That's why I started coaching at Lake Region High School because one of my athletic trainers was the assistant athletic director there from college. My athletic trainer from college.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, that was crazy how connections and everything worked. So I got him foot in the door, and one of the coaches was like, one of his family members was on the Tampa Bay Storm. So he was like, when you're ready, we can, see if we can get that connection on it and, get you a tryout. So we got the tryout, did pretty well. And they were like, they had their team, but they'll call me because I'm local. I was like, all right. So I trained a little bit, and I ended up trying out for the Central Florida Jaguars. And so I ended up doing that for my first year until, they folded that year. And then I remember the contact, and then Tampa Bay Storm called me up and was like, look, we want to bring you in for the week on a waiver, practice squad. Went in that week, they had a stacked team because they had Joe Hills, Kendrick Ings, my boy Justin Hilton, Lamarck Brown, all of them. They was like, we stacked, but we want to keep you on. So they kept me on the whole season on the practice squad, and I learned from them. and got my foot in the door. Randy Hipper told me, he was like, look, it's all about getting your foot in the door, getting work, and finding that right team. Once you get your foot in the door, run with it. So I just sat, did the couple practices and everything, learned from them, got better, and then finally got my shot with the Florida Tarpons. And
so how was that though? Like, kind of, you had a couple teams that you were looking at that maybe folded or whatever, and then now you're like, working out with Tampa Bay. Like, you're used to being a starter, I take it, from college, and like, how tough was that on you, just not being that guy? I mean, were you just kind of paying your dues and kind of positive about it, or were you like, man, I should be out here playing?
It was definitely tough because I was used to starting, past couple years, college, being the guy, and it was a humbling experience. But I knew I had to learn. It was a totally different game. I mean, it was a couple of similar because of all the the motion and everything from college with triple option, but it was totally different when that full speed coming downhill, trying to understand the timing of it, the aspect, running the correct route. And my boy Kendrick Eames, when we found out he was from Miami too, so he took me under his wing, and that's when I really started, to pick up the game. He was telling me things like, keep your head up, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that phone call, and it's gonna, things gonna turn around.
So how did everything kind of, happen with the Tarpons there? Was it just like you were kind of local? I know the Tarpons moved up from Fort Myers. That's when I owned the soccer team there at the Lakeland Center. So
yeah,
let's play there.
I was getting ready to come back. That was it. That was the crazy part. The storm and everything was there. The coach, talked to me when we was getting ready to go to the Arena Bowl that year. That's the year we went to the Arena Bowl to play Philly. He was like, you worked hard. I love your dedication. You didn't really complain about nothing. And he was like, he gave me his number and said, keep in contact with him, because he was going to bring me into camp because they already had their guys. So it was really, if the injury happened, then I'll come in. But now he was like, come into camp and then you're just there to fight for your spot. They can't deny you if you're doing what you're supposed to. So that's what I was preparing for. And then we all got that news that, the storm was holding up shop. So I didn't know what to do. I was hitting up Joe. I hit up a couple, like, what's the next step? What y'all doing? I know y'all got connections, but I don't really have nothing. Just right. Only store people know who I am. So when I found out they was moving to Lakeland, I got in contact with Coach Burnside, and they told me to come to a tryout. Once the tryout, they tried me out and then sent me the contract. And so I got the contract, and the rest is history. I mean, some of them guys came down as well before because the AFL was kind of in flux at that year. And then they finally signed that bargaining agreement. All the guys left, and then I got moved up and started the first game. The first game I started had a couple touchdowns.
So what was that? What was that like getting your first, touchdowns in arena football?
My first touchdown was fun. It was a bomb. They told me I was running a post on a motion. The deep safety didn't touch me. I ran right past him, and he threw it. And my thing was just like, look, I'm starting. Coach, what was his name? Wallace, the legend.
Oh yeah, Chris Wallace. Yeah. Dude,
Wallace,
he was old enough to be your grandfather, man.
Yeah, he was an old guy. He was like, look, you in the spot, you don't make these catches, you're going to get taken.
Man, that boy could throw the ball, though, man.
Yeah, he threw that ball. I was like, look, whatever happened, I'm catching it. So I went deep. I caught it, and I went through it. I don't know what happened with the wall, but the gate was messed up or something, but I went through it. And I remember the announcer, because I watched it later, because I was like, my knee was hurting. I was like, man, I'm going to the locker room. They were like, he's leaving. I was hurt. But yeah, that was my first experience going to the wall. I've never, I thought you were supposed to go over it, but I went through it, opened the gate, and I just, I ran off with it. But yeah.
I remember that season. I don't know if you remember, but Reggie had that one touchdown on the wall.
Yeah, he went over the wall. I was like, well, I went through it, so I should get some type of recognition for this.
So what is that like as a wide receiver? Like, I played, wide receiver, tight end in high school.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine, like, I've gone across the middle and, gotten crushed by a linebacker or something, but like, That's probably not quite as bad as the wall. The
It's
wall
not quite
doesn't
as bad.
lose.
I always what gets me going, it's always hard. Sometimes, it's hard to get up for a game and you get the most. What's up, boy? What's up, Zach? That's my boy, man. We used to play. We was playing against each other when he was with the Habit, and then he got to
Okay.
Jacksonville and Orlando, and that was, man. We always have some battles. But going through that wall, hitting the wall and everything. The vets used to tell me all the time, like, you need to pay attention, be aware of the wall. And I used to never. I'm like, man, I'm be all right. I always forget where the wall is. I'll forget it until I'm hitting it, and you got to be able to brace yourself. But
it's probably better if you don't know where it is.
The wall is undefeated. The wall is undefeated, so you're gonna feel it regardless.
I was always like laughing because Coach Taylor with the Tarpons too. I remember he would like, I was co-owner of that team when we first started it down in Fort Myers, and I remember that first year, like he was making guys like wide receivers had to hit the wall. Like you had to that was part of practice. I was like,
you had to get used to it, or you would never be comfortable going into it.
So how long did it take for you to kind of get comfortable with the spacing? Because that's a big thing, in arena football is just, your routes are a little different than outdoor routes.
The routes are different. They're shorter. It's a lot quicker. It really took actually, because you run through it in practice, but you still don't get it until you actually get into like game situation, and then that's when it's really like, man, I understand now why you gotta get your depth, or why you gotta you bending in everything. It's all that plays into a factor, man, and it's crazy. And so once that season really it started clicking, and then when I was with the Predators, that's when it really was clicking. I get it, I understand it, bending it in, setting up that DB, breaking them off, all that.
So what was it like, playing for the Predators? I mean, number one is it's the best facility probably in the league. So playing in that beautiful facility, like what was that like walking in? That's a little different than the Lakeland Center.
Yeah. See, I had the privileges of, being at the Emily Center. I don't even know how you say that.
Yeah.
Emily Arena.
Yeah.
Emily, I always mess it up. Emily Arena, and then going to the Amway. Emily was huge. That was some top notch stuff. But Amway is right up there as well, and I love both of them. But yeah, Amway is, man, it's nothing. I mean, I know the little the battles between Columbus and Orlando with the jungle, but Orlando, I've always known about the jungle in Orlando, so it's just nothing like it. I love it.
Some great fans too. I mean, you see them out at Fish on Fire. I mean, there's such a dedicated group, and then at the games, it's awesome. It's awesome to see. I mean, I remember I lived in Orlando back in 2001, 2000 time frame, and it just can't wait till it gets back to that that experience. And it's headed that way. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah, that real jungle. I remember when they was in
that was nuts.
Yeah, I heard about those. I've seen some of the videos and everything, and they told me the stories. I heard it. It was crazy, man. I'm hoping eventually we can get back to that. Not as wild as they was, but the atmosphere.
PG-13.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to take my kids.
Yeah, because we got a lot of young kids now.
So I mean, you've been pretty fortunate to be able to play at least in Florida. Where are you still living in Haines City, or where are you in Orlando?
I actually live in Winter Haven now.
Okay.
I have a little 1-year-old that that I have at the house. So me and her mom, down in Winter Haven. So that's where we at.
Nice.
But I work in Orlando.
That's a nice drive. I'm sure with traffic.
Yeah, that's a straining job. Because I actually got this job when I started playing with the Predators.
Okay.
They found out that I was teaching in Polk County, and they offered me a sub job. Did well with the sub job, and then I was getting ready to take a job back home. I was like, man, this drive is strenuous. I was trying to decide. They wanted me to sub there, but then this school didn't want me to leave. They offered me a full-time salary job. All I had to do was take a test. now I'm full-time. I'm the PE coach and the athletic director for my school. So,
Nice.
yeah, that's why we had to do it at 7 today, because I had 2 volleyball games I had to host. And,
Nice. So what is that, like what age groups?
It's K through 8.
Okay.
So I'm doing the middle school PE, and 5th through 8th grade I do PE, and then I'm the athletic director for the middle school sports. So we do basketball, volleyball, soccer. We're gonna try to do flag football this year. So we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. I mean, it's, I think you notice like a lot of the guys end up teaching or getting involved in the schools. So I think that's pretty cool. Did you play any other sports in high school or college outside of football?
High school, I played baseball as well. Yeah, so I was a 2-letter sport.
So
baseball.
Who are some of your teams that you follow, like your pro teams?
I grew up in Miami, so I follow all the Miami teams. The Dolphins, the Heat. Used to follow the Marlins. I don't really pay attention to them, but they're making some moves now here. I mean, the stadium that they had is top notch. I was just down there last.
I love that stadium.
Yeah, the Marlins Stadium. Yeah, it's awesome.
I like
it.
I don't like it though. Like down there, I don't get it.
It's really because of what used to be there.
What was there?
The Orange Bowl was there, where the Hurricanes used to play. A lot of people hated the fact that they tore down that stadium. I mean, I thought we should have got renovations for it, but the Hurricanes used to play there. Now the Hurricanes play at the Dolphins Stadium, or Hard Rock Stadium now.
Yeah.
And it's not the same, the atmosphere is not the same. You don't get that as big of a fan base as it used to. The Orange Bowl.
Oh, the Orange Bowl. I remember I held a combine there at the Orange Bowl. It was really cool because, we would do tryouts all over the country, and I just reached out to them and I was like, "What the hell? I'll try it." I rented the Orange Bowl for $300 for the day, and they lined the field and and that field was like perfect. I mean, it was unreal. It was just kind of cool experience to have a workout.
I remember the last game I went to for the Orange Bowl when the Hurricanes was, still the top-notch team in the nation. Devin Hester was playing for them. They played the Gators, and he took that first kickoff back. It was just electric. It was fire. He took the helmet off. Everybody was going crazy, man. That was the last Orange Bowl memory I had. But yeah. I'm still hoping they get back into the national limelight. They always get up there to top 10, and then they play the real squads, and then they just come back down to earth. But hopefully, with Coach Diaz, he gets to recruiting, notch and everything, which they kind of might benefit a little bit because all them boys get to stay another year. So our quarterback.
You still get back for some games?
I'm trying to. I'm kind of. I've been mentoring now, so I have a adopted brother now, named Thomas Nance. He plays for South Florida, so I'm gonna be, this is gonna be his year this year. He's a redshirt. I think he's a redshirt freshman, so he's gonna be playing this year. He's 6'4", 250, tight end.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that. What's that? What is that? You mentor your big brother program? What's?
So when I was coaching at Lake Region, I met this kid. He was in 10th grade at the time. He was like 6'3", 6'4" at the time. But he didn't get into his size yet, and he was playing quarterback, but he was like the best athlete on the team. And so he was having a hard time grasping and everything. You see him lash out. He wouldn't listen to coaches and everything like that. They had him at quarterback. He would throw. None of the guys could catch his ball. He was throwing like a senior or a freshman in college. And so they couldn't catch his ball and everything like that. And I seen him frustrated. They was losing games. And so we was losing games. And so I think one day he cried after the game. So I texted him. I was like, "Look, keep your head up, all this stuff." He was like, "Man, this is my outlet because I lost both my parents." And so he was, this was his, outlet to get this thing. So I was like, from that point, I was like, "Let me take him under my wing and look out for this kid." And really, because he has potential to be something great. So let me try to at least help him out. And so we connected that. We had that bond. I always look out for him. We trained all the time. I used to come scoop him up because he stayed with his grandma. So I used to scoop him up all the time and everything like that. And he wanted to call me Pops because I act like his dad. Look, we just be
big brother.
My little brother. I'm a big brother. All right. and everything. So that's my boy, and so I'm always looking out for him, even to this day. I told him because he was getting scouted. Once everybody he transferred to Victory, and then he came back to Lake Region. But once he went to Victory, he started going to the combines and everything. Everybody started, seeing him. All the colleges trying to think. So he was trying to keep a level head because he had offers, South Florida, Oklahoma, all that stuff. But he wanted to stay home, because he still connected with grandma, which I understand. I told him, whatever decision you make, I'm here for. I'm gonna be there. So I'm going to this spring game Saturday. I'm excited to see how.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, that's cool to see, especially as you're mentoring and helping someone, just, to see their growth, not just as a player, but just as a person, and that's pretty cool, that you did that. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm always trying to look out for the younger ones. I've come up working at. What's that?
So many kids out there need help. I mean, I was coaching high school a little bit down in Southwest Florida, and it's like I didn't realize, just a lot of the stuff that, just like food, like a lot of these kids aren't eating properly, or eating at all, and just the other challenges that they have.
That's for sure. The 3 schools that I've been at, man, for sure, I've heard all the stories and everything, and I'm always trying to, what can I do to help out something like that.
Yeah.
They go through a lot. I mean, my first school that I taught at in Davenport, a lot of them didn't have. It was tough teaching them. They didn't have, father figure at home, so they didn't want to listen to me in school. And then we finally built that relationship. They go to war for you once they realize that you actually care for them. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's key. Just having, that connection and them knowing that somebody does care about them. So, so let's talk about the upcoming season. So you played with the Predators last season that was played. Then obviously last year was canceled because of COVID. So how do you prepare? I mean, you've been off for over a year, man. Are you staying in shape? What's going on?
Man,
we got to get on the scale here.
Nah, we don't have to get on the scale. I'm training. I'm training now. I'm putting in the work. It was tough at first when, COVID first hit and everything, and then the season got canceled. The season got canceled right around the time I had my daughter. And so I had my daughter, took a couple weeks off of school so I could help her mom out. And then the school shut down. And so she had to go back to work. So now I'm trying to teach, getting trained. We got trained. We actually, a lot of people don't realize this, how when school shut down, the Orange County teachers got trained on teaching online the day before we started. We were supposed to start.
Wow.
So it was like,
that's why it was such a mess, I guess.
Yeah. They trained us one day, and then it was just like,
hey, here you go. Figure it out.
Yeah. They did it a little bit better this year. They gave us a week to do training, and we learned some new stuff. They updated the system. It was a lot better. I figured it out. I was only teaching PE, so I was like, we just going to work out on the thing. I could keep it safe and everything. It was tough because I was like, I would be on the call, I'd be like, look, take attendance. All right, if you hear a baby crying, don't trip. That's just my baby, my 2-week-old baby. Let me nurse her real quick, and then I'm watching y'all. You ain't gotta worry about me. I'm gonna catch up. So it was tough. I mean, we bonded, and we've been having a good time. And what really helped, keep my sanity was TikTok, which I know you were talking about earlier. I was like trying my best to stay off of it, and then I was just like every day in the house, I was like, I gotta do something. So I got to TikTok.
You're like a TikTok influencer, man.
How did
it come about? Like, how did like the first time you did that,
the first TikTok I did was with me and my girl and my daughter. I got a little bit of views, and then I was trying to understand how things work. And so I would post, and I was like, man, what times do I post and everything like that. And so I hit up my guys, because a lot of people don't know this, but I've been in entertainment. That's the other thing I didn't talk about that. But I've been in entertainment. I used to work at a trampoline park called, To Infinity, but now they changed the name to DeVeaux.
I love that place, man.
Yeah, To Infinity. I worked there. Yeah. I worked there to Infinity. Now it's called Defy and everything. And so I worked there, and when I used to always, I love dancing and everything like that. I used to dance growing up, and so when I worked there, they had started this thing called Club Night for the kids, and they had like a host. They have a DJ and a host and everything. I was like, man, that's dope. But I was just a regular worker, and I was like, all right. I'm trying to watch the kids and they playing the music and the bumps and everything. And I'm trying to not dance and everything. I finally started dancing, and I guess this host saw me, so he called me over and he was like, "Man, come do this with me." And we started doing that, and then it turned into a whole thing. We was like, "Man, we should start doing this more often and everything." So when I started working at school, I was like, "Man, what if I bring that to the school, do a pep rally, what we do?" And so we did the pep rally, and then things started taking off. We started getting hired for events, to host events, to birthday parties, pet rallies, and then corporate, got word, and so they started taking our guys and sending us out to other parts to do the club night. So they flew me out. I've been to Sacramento at their park, Mojo Dojo. Been to Detroit, and I forgot it's another one. I think it's Lansing in Michigan. So, what's good, man?
Coach Rez.
Yeah, Coach Rez. I love Coach Rez.
There's a guy at the trampoline place that we had come out, and like he danced at like halftime of
Loso. Yes, that's my boy DJ Fabuloso.
Dude can dance, man.
Yes, he can dance. He's awesome. And so that's actually he reached out to me, because he knew I used to do it. I was doing it locally. He reached out to me. He was like, "Look, let's start. We're gonna start going global with it. Going around and everything, different parts." And so they flew us out to Detroit. We hosted 2 events back to back with him, me and him. That's my boy. I love him. And so we did that. So DJ Fabuloso, T drummer boy, Mr. Two Fly, Tyree, my girl Tati, all of us, we was all in that group, and we all used to love it. I've been to a couple parks and everything. We actually did a virtual lock-in too. That was fun and everything. So we did the same thing, hosted it online. We had, we called up some people, if you heard of them, DJ Vanilla Trill, the Island Brothers. We had them on the show. And so working with them, I've met some, famous people. RG3's been to Infinity, AO and Tail. It's a lot of people I claim in concert with. So it's been a great experience.
Do you still work over there too, or?
It's kind of hard, now that I'm working in Orlando. I go visit. They've talked to me about, doing shows. I know Defy Detroit contacts me. Like, look, once everything clears up and we're able to do this again, you're interested? And I'm like, I'm always down. I love it. So I love to host the club nights. I love interacting with kids. It's fun. They see me and they don't think I can dance, and then I break down and it's like, all right, let's have some fun. But yeah, that's what. So the TikTok started happening like that, and so I started shooting videos, and I was like, man, what can I do to set myself apart? And so I think the first one I really did was that went viral was me and my daughter. And so when I had my daughter, and I had this funny thing, there was this wilding out thing. What's his name? Yeah, I think it's Young Boy. I forgot his name. DC Youngfly. I believe that's his name, man. I'm always that man. But he has this little excerpt that he do. It's like, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, ooh, I got a perfect thing. So I was like, I typed up the title. I was like, they said to have a kid, they said have a kid would be easy. Now I got a shadow. And so it was like skirt, I'm here. And every time I'm taking a shower, I had to, turn the camera. She's sitting there, ready to shower with me. I'm trying to get a snack. She like, where my snack at? It was hilarious. And so I did that video. And then I did another one, with her. The ones with my daughter really blew up. And then the ones, so those went viral. Those are like at 100K and everything. So they were blowing up. And so, and then another one that blew up when we had an announcement that we had to go back face to face and do, I had to teach face to face and teach online kids. So I'm like, how am I supposed to teach PE with a mask on, and everything, trying to figure it out. So I was like, well, that's a great TikTok to do, because there was the song Jordan Clark and Chris Brown. So it's just tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air. So I was like, all right, let me shoot this video trying to teach the class. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get frustrated and I'm gonna throw a football into a basketball hoop. And so I was like, all right. So it said,
gym or something, right? That was at like the school.
Yeah, that was at my school gym. So I was like trying to teach, and I got frustrated. And I turned around, and switched it. The hardest part, I was like, what will make it go viral is if I hit it on beat. And so, when the beat hit the little hitting the cymbal, that's when it made it into the switch. And I was just like, all right, that's gonna go viral. Just got to figure out the time. It's all about figuring out the time, figuring out your audience, who's watching you, and everything. Because they always see the dancing and everything like that. Because that's the main thing on TikTok. But it's like when you're doing TikTok, it's like, all right, what's gonna set me apart? And so, what of my skills is different than what other people can do? I put this work into it and everything, and so it's been fun.
Have you been able to monetize it yet?
Nah, I actually took a break. I actually haven't tried TikTok.
I haven't seen any in a while.
Yeah, everybody's asking, and I was just like, I shot one Christmas Eve, and then I didn't really shoot anymore. I have like 50 in the draft, but I just haven't been on. I just started getting back on. There's a couple I'm gonna probably do. I've been saying to do. I was gonna do it when I went to Miami, and then I just ran out of time. So I'm gonna try to shoot one. I'm gonna shoot one tomorrow. The main thing is a lot of people. It's dedication to try to get the followers. A lot of people are like, how do you stay up on it? I'm like, look, you're supposed to post at least, if you're supposed to post at least like 3 times a day. Once you finally get a following, then you can post once a day, or every other. But if you're not on it, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah, people can't find you.
I was shooting like 6 videos a day, and I would post maybe like 2 of them. So I have like some stacked up. So just in case I'm not shooting one day, I already have some in the draft. Everything's ready, and I'm like, all right. And then the hashtag is also, how people see it. I don't know how some people could just post without a hashtag and they blow up. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get on that level. When I ain't got to post no hashtags, no nothing, just post the video, and it's just like, boom.
I just did was on a webinar the other day, and the running back, I forget his name, for the Chargers was on, and it was really about marketing. And he started talking about and the marketing director for the Philadelphia Eagles, it's like players, they're trying to get their players to start doing like game day and travel, behind the scenes stuff, because the views and engagement on that is like through the roof.
I've seen that.
So I think for you got, getting ready for the game, or, traveling, flying to Albany,
practice, all that stuff. Yeah, I've seen that, man. The ones that blow up that I've noticed is they love sport athletes. They love sports videos. So
well, they want to see something they're not going to find anywhere else. So, anything you can, put there would be good. So when are we going to get back on TikTok? What's the deal here, man?
When do we get back? I think I'm gonna shoot tomorrow. I just finished thinking. I could shoot anytime, to be honest. I mean, I have a couple. I already learned one dance, so I'll probably shoot it. It's just I wanna, I haven't posted in a while, so I need to post something that's gonna get some views. So I'm like trying to find something that fits me and my daughter, because a lot of people haven't seen my daughter in like a while. She's 1 year old now. She just turned 1 in February. She's walking, and I should post a video because I come home and her mom was like, wait till you see what your child does. So I'm like, what'd she do? And she grabbed a basketball, carried it all the way, like a layup, all the way to the rim, and dunked it. I was like, who don't taught her that? She was like, I don't. So now I'm like, all right, we got another athlete, so I might have to do some of that.
So how's that adjustment been? Just being a dad.
Being a man, that's the tough part, because I'm trying to. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, my headset's died. It's all good. That was the hardest part at the beginning, trying to find time to train and watch my kid at the same time. Once I put her in daycare, it was a little bit easier, and then I could put in the work. My uncle coaches at Lakeland High School, so I used to cheat the system a little bit. I like, all right, you're here, you're getting your meetings here. You can watch your niece while I lift weights, while I work out and everything. So that's what I was doing. I go to his gym, but now I hired me a little trainer now. So I've been in the gym, and then I've been working with one of the coaches and everything. The receiver coach, I work with him a couple times, trying to, work on some things, work on some routes, understanding, because I'm still fresh in the game. So I'm trying to always get better, always learn. So, That's what I've been doing. But you know, it's definitely been tough because of COVID and everything, and you know, trying to be, you know, a good father and everything like that. So always trying to be there for her. So if I don't, you know, sometimes I just have to work out of the house. If I don't have nobody to watch her, you know, I'm gonna just be there. I'm not gonna be one of those neglectful ones. So that's just how I am. And so she always comes first, but I mean, I'm still gonna be ready regardless.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's definitely. I mean, it's like another job. You know, I mean, you know, my kids are all old now. Like, you know, my youngest is a junior in high school, so I'm past all that. But you know, the time flies, man. So enjoy it. Like, you know, that's the one thing I wish maybe I would have been there a little bit more. You know, because the time just flies. So,
yeah, I'm like a year's already passed. It's crazy. She was already walking at like almost beginning of 10 months, and so she didn't want to crawl at all. So
she's about to be getting in everything, man. Wait till she starts climbing on everything.
Oh no, the girl's strong now. I bought the basketball goal. It's a 5-in-1. It has a soccer thing. You know, I just like maybe she'll play one of these. And
Yeah.
I'm glad she's kind of folding towards the basketball because I knew she's gonna be tall. And so, well, she's already 30 inches right now. So yeah. So,
Almost dunking anyway.
She's 6 inches from 3 feet. So I'm like, all right, let's go. But yeah, so it's just been, I got her the goal, and sometimes she don't even play with the goal. She just push it around. She'll drag it around the house. And I'm just like, all right.
Well, that'd be cool too, as you're still playing and you know, having her be able to come out and see you play, you know, which is kind of cool.
I am totally looking forward to that this year, having her in the stands. I was kind of nervous because she was only going to be a couple months when the season started and everything. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to bring her out here.
Right.
But now she's she's active, you know.
Just don't let her sit in the front row.
That's what I was going to tell you. I want her in the front row though.
Maybe row 10 and up. Row 10 and up.
I'll come to you, you know, when I score. I'll come over the thing and bring the ball to you. But nah, don't be on that front row.
Yeah. All right. I like to eat. I'm a big guy. So let's talk about some food spots you like. Since you've been in the Polk County area for a while, Central Florida, like what are some of your go-to spots that you like to eat at?
Oh man. Okay. All right. Go-to spots. That's a tough one for Polk County. All right. I've been there for a minute. Let me see. There's a couple places. What is that? Winter Circle in Lakeland. That's a good one.
Yeah.
With my uncle was telling me, he was like, man, you gotta try these peanut butter and jelly wings. I was like, peanut butter and jelly wings? What is that? But I had it. I was like, all right, I'll give you that. You know, tropical smoothie for sure. I go there. Restaurants. I'm trying to think of restaurants. I need to try that Tracy McGrady restaurant that just opened there.
Where's that at?
Oh man, my girl went. I forgot the name. I gotta. Well, I text it to you, but
what kind of food?
It's you know, what is it called? It's a grill place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, burgers, all that stuff. So I like that. It just opened. I forgot the name, but it's I think it's on Southside Lakeland.
Have you ever eaten at that chicken and fish place? I don't know what it's. I think it's just called like chicken and fish or something.
Chicken and fish.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm actually allergic to seafood, so I kind of stay away from those.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's good, man. I love every time I go through Lakeland, I try to hit that place up.
Yeah. In Winter Haven, I'm trying to think. I mean, in Winter Haven, it's kind of hard because the Temptations, everything. I live on Cypress Gardens. I can. Chili's is next door to my house, so I can literally walk there. So I'm just like, I was like, I can literally just walk over. The next parking lot is Chili's, so I'm just like, all right, let me resist.
Wings real quick.
Yeah, resist. No, but Publix, you know, the subs, the chicken's in the sub for sure. Yeah, I'm actually started meal prepping now. I got a nutritionist helping me out because I want to get back, you know, healthy, eating a little bit healthier and everything. And spring break, I indulged. I went home to Miami, went to a couple places. Dwayne Wade has his own restaurant. I went there. It's called 800 Degree. And I know that one because that one, I was just there. So I remember that one. That was good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. He has a signature burger that I had. And then Udonis Haslam, his co-owner, had some wings. And I mean, you really can't choose any other wings. You can have his. I ate the first bite. That thing kicking. I told my girl to try it. All she did was, take it. She was like, taste it. She put her tongue on it, and she was like, take it back. She was like, take it back.
I'm more of a mild type. Like I like my mild wings.
I'm an island boy. I'm Bahamian, so spicy don't bother me.
Nice.
My family, my father's side from the Bahamas, so yeah.
So the meal prep stuff, are you actually cooking the stuff as well?
I haven't started cooking, but I got somebody to start me off, and they cook it for me, and they drop it off to me in the morning at work, and so that's been a change. I've never ate sweet potatoes in my life until the meal prep, and then I'm like, all right, I guess this is what I've been missing out on. So
I like a place called Fit Life Foods, and it's like the healthy meals, and they have like this like bison burger with sweet potato, like I would call them fries, I guess. It's damn good.
Yeah, sweet potato's good and everything. The new place they just put me on, Fresh Kitchen. I like that. That's a really good place.
Yeah, you know what? I talked to them. I was trying to do a deal with them.
Yeah, I just had it. Matter of fact.
Okay. Nice. Is that a paid endorsement? Wait a minute. We need to hit them up. Let's go.
I need to for sure. Yeah, it's a good place. I ordered there, today, because that's somewhere they was telling me about it. It was like, you gotta try this. They have the maple sweet potatoes, and then the chicken is pretty good, the rice is good, everything, and a spinach salad. I've never had a spinach salad before, but that's good. So I'm trying new things now. So I like it.
The key is just, eating properly. I mean, I lost since September 1st, I lost 18 pounds just changing my diet.
Yes.
I used to eat out every meal, and I would always, and when you eat out, you get such large portions. Like now I eat less, and I feel better.
That's the biggest change, is trying to, the changing the portion size, eating less and everything. I tried it when I went to spring break to Miami. I was like, I'm eating less portions. And my dad looking at me like, hey, you talking about?
Exactly.
Okay, less portions. And he brings me a plate of spaghetti full, and I'm just like, damn, now I got to eat it. And he's like, what happened to your less portions? I'm like, man, you gave it to me.
That's the problem. I go to these Brazilian steakhouses a lot. Oh, and when you go there, it's like $50-$60 a person. Like I got to eat enough to get my money's worth.
Get my money's worth for sure.
I cannot eat like I used to. It's weird, but I'm glad I'm eating better. It's a challenge for me because I just love all the wrong foods. And when you get to my age and you're not active, it makes it even tougher. How about do you cook? Can you do anything in the kitchen?
Yeah, I cook a little bit. I haven't cooked in a minute though. I mean, I cook a few things. I try to dabble, experiment on some things, but I need to get back to it. I'm definitely gonna get back to it. And,
any kind of specialty that you have or your go-to thing?
I mean, I got pasta. I do dabble in different type of pastas and everything.
Ramen noodles.
No, I've done the chicken Alfredo, broccoli chicken Alfredo from scratch. I did the spaghetti from scratch and stuff like that. I don't know. I might have some Hispanic in me because now I've been really on the rice and beans. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I grew up in Hialeah, so yeah, that was one of my places too. Cubano town, and so rice and beans. I've been doing that. I love me some plantains and everything. Island food. I've been cooking a lot lately too. So that's really what it is. I'm trying to get more in touch with my heritage, my culture, and everything.
Nice.
So that's what it really was.
All right.
Once I learn how to make some oxtails, it's gonna be a wrap. So,
dude, what's up with that? So I sent out those things for the bios for the players, right? Yeah. And I didn't even know what oxtail was, to be honest with you. I asked my wife. I was like, "Do you know what the hell this is?" And then I Googled it. I'm like, never heard of it.
Oxtails.
A lot of people put that down.
Yeah, oxtails is bomb. Griot is good. There's a couple more. I can't think off the top of my head. Goombay Punch, that's a good drink and everything. So jerk, curry chicken, all that. So Bahama Breeze, that is my spot.
Bahama Breeze, you like that spot?
That is my spot. Bahama Breeze is my spot.
There's a couple around here. I live in Reunion, so I'm right off of I-4. Yeah. I-4, 429. So, all right, back to football. What has been kind of some of your, favorite places, to play on the road?
Favorite places to play on the road. Jacksonville. I know I shouldn't say it, but Jacksonville was one of my favorite places. Playing against them boys, it was a battle. Carolina for sure and everything. I almost played for Carolina a couple years before I ended up with Orlando. Before I ended up in Orlando, that local thing. I had to understand that. That's really what came down to. So I ended up with Orlando. No regrets. I still enjoy it. Coach Back was awesome. Coach Rez, I still keep in contact from time to time. Carolina was definitely awesome. Columbus was good too.
They got some crazy fans in Columbus, man. I just feel like right by the bench.
Columbus and Jacksonville and everything definitely had some crazy fans. Jacksonville for sure. I'm trying to think of the other places. I can't say New York. The streets, that arena was too small for me. But
Columbus, because they're like right on top of you.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to playing in Albany for sure, because I've heard about their fan base. I knew some of the players that played for them. My boy Hobbs, who I was with in Tampa. Malachi Jones, I used to keep in touch with him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Albany. I'm looking forward to playing everybody, to be honest.
Yeah. So when you score,
get back on the field. What's up?
When you score, are you kind of like do you do some crazy celebrations? You got all these dance moves and everything. So what is it that you do when you score?
Oh man, I don't know. It's always talking about I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do this, and then when it happens, I'm just like, I scored. All right, let me get the ball. I forget. I'll be like, I had an opportunity. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
You gotta have somebody ready to record, and that can be part of a TikTok.
Yeah,
right?
I just after what the Steelers went through this year, I'm a little hesitant on doing the TikToks because I was like they were more focused on the TikToks, and then they didn't finish that season. And they kind of folded at the end. Juju for sure, guy. He was
doing like stuff on people's logos and stuff.
I used to see it when he first came on. I'm like, all right, okay. And then he started blowing. I'm like, the man don't even know. I'm like, the man not even on beat. The man not even on beat and he blowing up. I'm like, I can't wait to get on the field. I'll do it too, but I ain't gonna be on no logos.
Yeah.
I might do a TikTok dance, and go back on a YouTube video and get that little snippet and put it on there, something like that. Or if somebody get it. But I'm just looking forward to playing, to be honest, and getting in the end zone, helping out my team. That's really what I want to do. I don't really care about the other stuff. I just, want to get there to the championship. All that stuff is secondary. Just, contributing and playing with the team. That's really what I want to do. But, if I'm in the end zone, definitely something gonna happen. I gotta work on my flips. I used to be able to flip. I gotta get that too. Yeah, I can flip.
That's why I like going to the trampoline park. I could flip there, but not anywhere else anymore.
I used to be able to flip on ground because when I did the pep rallies, that was like the intro thing. I used to do the flips and everything, so that was fun. I don't really flip on ground too much because of the ankles and everything like that. And plus, I'm on the contract now, so I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Now I'm like, all right. I'm even hesitant when I go to trampoline park. I'm like, all right, what can I do that I'm not getting the neck or can't mess it up.
When you're out there, are you like, kind of focused in, or are you one that like you're a little shit talking with the other team? Do you talk with the fans? Like, are you quiet? What's kind of your mode out there?
I'm in my zone. It's usually like that first. I'm usually like, I need that first contact to really be like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, we're gaming, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna catch. I'm gonna definitely get once I get the ball, and then once I get hit, then it pipes me up to another level. Then when they start talking and all that stuff, I really don't talk unless somebody say something to me and everything. I remember, when we played Massachusetts, I caught one. I broke on the side, and then they hit me. And then I was spinning on the wall, and then dude hit me late, and he was like, "Boy, stop!" I'm like, "Boy, you thinking you did something, but it ain't really hurt." Like that piped me up. So I'm like, "All right, let's go," and everything. If I get blocking too, because we got to block. That's key, because on the screens and everything, I love putting people on their ass. And so if I put somebody on their ass, oh yeah, I'm definitely talking. Or if I put you into the wall, oh, it's a wrap.
Over the wall. That's the best, when you just get up under somebody, throw them up.
I put a couple to the wall. This year I definitely want to put somebody over the wall. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
How about
that kickoff team? That's definitely where it gets serious too. So
I say bring back the Nets, man. Bring back the Nets.
I got used to the Nets in Tampa. It was a big change to not having the Nets and everything. And so I was like, man, if I return, it's gonna be a whole different ball game, because I'm used to just getting off the rebound off the net. But we'll see. I hope I return a little bit. I heard I was talking with Coach about it, and we got my other boy. I forgot what's his name. He played with New York Streets, and so he's with us too. And it's like I was like, man, he said it was gonna be it's gonna be a battle if I go for it, but they leaning towards him. I'm hoping I get a couple. Maybe if I'm in front of him. For sure, bro. Tampa is the best place ever. Tampa Storm, there was nothing like it, to be honest. I'm just being honest. I'm growing to the Predators' life now, but Tampa Storm will always be my first home, for sure.
Hopefully, Tampa comes back at some point.
Hey, what's up, boy? Yes, had some battles with him in Jacksonville. I'm with Cody Saul. That's my boy. I'm still mad. He wouldn't let me go on that one. I was trying to get in that inch. I was trying to get in that end zone. I was about to break, and he just wouldn't let me go. And then I accidentally touched the wall, and I was just mad. I was like, dang.
Need that touchdown. Let's go.
Yeah, I needed that.
How about the fans? Do you talk to the fans during the game? I mean, they're on top. So
yeah, I interact with the fans. It's the hardest thing is a fan always be like, "Oh, if you score, you gonna give me a ball?" And I was like, I can't. I'm like, I don't want to say no, but I'm like, yeah, I got you. Maybe next time. I got you, but I'm always like, nah, the ball going to my girl, my daughter is going to one of my people, because I like the fans want me to get a ball, and then my dad's still talking stuff because I got ball. I got some of the game balls that I practice with, and he's like, man, I don't got this, because I gave him one of the AFL balls. He's like, I don't have this ball. When I'm gonna get this? And every time,
sounds like my dad.
All right.
You get a ball from every team ever played. What are you talking about?
Everything. I'm just like, he always looking. That's my dad though. He's always been there. He's always been hard on me. He always wanted me to, he was more on me getting in the books, making sure I got that education. He was like, all that come later. And credit him. I got my degree, got my bachelor's in communication, minor in exercise science. And so I got all that. Now he can't talk no more. Now he's off. He's like, all right, sports. Let's get me a football. He gonna get me a jersey. All this stuff.
Does he come to a lot of the games?
When he can. He's in Miami, so sometimes they come. They'll let me know when they come in. I'm like, look, let me know, because other people will be asking for my tickets too.
Right, so. Exactly. You're gonna waste those tickets.
I be telling people, I'm like, all right, I give you a ticket, and then they be like, I'm coming. I'm like, let me see what I can do.
And you're the guy that would always come to I always get players game day. Man, I need extra tickets. I need extra tickets.
Because it's tough. You only get an X amount of tickets, and you always negotiate and be like, hey,
yeah, you using your tickets.
You're using your tickets. He was like, I'll let you know.
Talking to the visiting team before the game.
Talking to the visiting team, they was like, I'll let you know. And then the people waiting for the tickets, you got the tickets yet? I'm like, look, bro, let me work my magic. Calm down, I got you. But nah, the people that always have my tickets first, definitely my girl, my daughter, my parents, and of course my little brother. He always if you come to the games, you'll see him there and everything. You'll be wondering why he in the game, to be honest. So yeah, it's big behind.
Sign him up, man.
Yeah.
So give everybody your your TikTok so they can find you? How can they find you on there?
I just changed the TikTok. Well, a couple months ago. So it is KD Club. That's it, KD Club. Because my daughter's name is named after me. So her mama hates it because we have the same initials. So it's KD Club, all one word and everything like that. I might change it, but for right now it's that, because I was like, look, I know my fan base. I got a baby. I'm not trying to use her to get the views, but it's just how it works.
Exploiting your own child. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exploiting my own child. Another one that blew up. That was a funny one. It was like how I did one, like how parenting going, 5 months into parenting, how it's going, and so it's like it played that old school song. It's an old school song, and it's just like sounds like the windows like screeching and everything. So it's like dun dun dun, the dun. And so it shows her crying, and then it shows me in the bed, like freaking out, taking it. And then it shows me like dragging across the floor, like with the bottle and the pamper in my hand, just. I'm struggling. Send help, please.
Dude,
but yeah, KD Club.
She'll be making more money than you pretty soon. I mean, these kids.
Yeah.
My kid's doing $1,000 a month streaming video games.
Yeah.
At 17. I'm like, dude, that's impressive.
I'm gonna get back on it because now she knows, she's aware now when we did videos, because I do the timer, and so once she hears the timer, she's like, and start walking to the camera. She's like, so sad, and she starts smiling. She's got the beautiful eyes. She has grayish blue eyes, so it's just like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on it for sure. Everybody's been asking me, even my kids, because my students found me, and I'm just like, it's like, is this you? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, don't follow me, please.
They all follow me.
Yeah.
And then they try to troll me, and I'm just like, all right, I don't really care. I don't care. You're not gonna get my attention. So
no, keep them coming, man. They were entertaining, man. I laughed a couple times, man. I was like, this is.
Yeah, I started being, because I started doing things for the school. They got me to dress up as the Grinch. They got me to dress up as Cat in the Hat. Now I hope they don't get me to dress up as the Easter Bunny, but but I'm dressed up as the Grinch, and one of the social media influencer saw it. Key Drummer Boy. He saw it, and he was like, "Hey, I got the perfect video. You want to come be in my video?" So now I started being him. He's at like 1 million followers. So he's like, "Come be in my videos and do that stuff." He was like, "We're gonna go viral." We went viral a couple times. Now he'd be like, he's trying every like special holiday. He's like, you got a suit for this? I got a suit for you and everything. I did the Cat in the Hat. And he's like, bro, let's shoot it. So I know I got hired to, because I was these characters, and now people are hiring me to do photo shoots. So I've been trying to make an extra income. I do it for the kids. I love it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, once you learn it, it could be like a whole nother business that like makes you more money than it's crazy what some of these people are making.
Yeah, I'm ready for COVID, to finally end and everything, so I can get back to it, because I do the entertainment business. It's I have my own entertainment business, and I've been hired to do a couple events in town and everything like that. In Winter Haven, hired in Orlando. I've hosted some DJ'd and everything like that. So the reason I stopped now, because I'm just like, I don't know where everybody's been. I'm not gonna go anywhere and everything. I'm like, you want me to do a hyper party? I'm like, yeah, nah.
Not right now.
But yeah, DTG Entertainment. That's the name of my business. Determined to be great entertainment. That's the name of my business.
Nice.
So once all this is done, I'm gonna get back into it for sure.
No, I think that's big, man. And I talked to most of the guys on here just about like, doing other, thinking about outside of football. And it's good to hear that you have that business mind and creative mind, so that you're gonna be set up, pretty nice. So, well, make sure I'm gonna be looking out for those videos. Everybody out there, NAL, look for his videos. I'm telling you, there's some good stuff.
I'm gonna do some football ones for sure and everything, because I've seen the football players definitely blow up and everything. I'll be on beat, unlike Juju, but
not me.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for the season. I'm excited. I can't wait to interact, see some of my boys that's on the other squads and everything. Can't wait to just be back in the field, be inside the walls, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Looking forward to the season.
First practice, I'm probably just gonna run into the wall just to just to remind myself what it's like. Dang, it's like
you have to learn how to do it again. You know?
Yeah, I gotta learn how to go
so long.
It's been so, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to linking up with my teammates. I've already been talking to a couple, Brandon Fuentes, Rashad Payne, a couple of them. I've trained with a couple of them, so I'm looking forward to seeing, I've seen some of the DBs, and I'm like, y'all better be ready for camp because it's gonna be real. So,
oh yeah.
So
that's good. It's getting close, and that's the fun part is starting to get these throw rounds. Orlando's got a tryout coming up, I think, in a couple weeks. So
April 10th, Orlando Predators tryout.
Yeah, so it'll be good, man. Well, keep in touch, man. Good luck this season. I'm gonna come out and check it out, and I'll be looking for those videos. But thanks again for joining me.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man.